This is a tool we use to remove the rib inside the housing. Typical Dremel tool, 30,000 RPM. And you use a little cutoff wheel. These are reinforced. Bought these at the local hardware store. You'll go through a couple of these, maybe two at the most. When you're dremeling or you're doing your cutoff procedure, it's a good method when cutting aluminum to use WD-40 as a lubricant. Just give it a couple squirts as you go, cut it for a little bit, squirt a little bit more, and at the same time it cleans out the kerf of the blade itself. Okay, we want to start by cutting up inside of this little round rib. We're going to cut that all the way almost through. And you'll come up above, and as you can see where I scored the top there, we'll come up and cut back along the top. While cutting, so that the tool doesn't load up with aluminum, you want to spray the surface that we're cutting with WD-40. So while you're cutting, give it a squirt a couple times here and there, and that'll stop the aluminum from loading up on your wheel, because if it loads up on the wheel, it won't cut. Okay, so I cut through almost all the way through here, then I came around the top and I cut along the back edge up to this other post, and then you can see a little groove here. I cut along this area here, and I cut probably about halfway through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break this piece right off, so I don't have to cut all the way through it. This might work. Okay, you videotaping that?
Yep.
Okay, now the next piece that we have to remove, you'll see I put a little mark, I don't know if you can get in there, see, I put a little mark up in here, the paint marker, just on this rib. Right there. We got to cut that rib off a 1/4 inch deep up to that point so that the secondary doesn't hit it on full shift. So here's how we're going to do that. Remove the secondary off. And then this is the piece right here. We're going to cut this a 1/4 inch back. I'll cut it underneath almost all the way off, just like I did before, all the way up, and then you'll cut it back down in. And I'll show you a picture after I break it off. Okay, you can see it now where I cut it. I cut it around the little boss, down the side, this side only, and then on this side I cut it in back so it meets it and there's a corner there. Now I've cut this almost all the way through. If you want to spend more time here, you can cut the thing right off. But I'm going to save myself some time. I'm just going to break it off with a pair of vice grips. And again, on the other surfaces that we removed right here, I went halfway through and I put vice grips on the boss area and popped it off. You got to make sure though, when you cut that, you got to come all the way up and around here too. Don't just cut up here and stop. You got to score this all the way down through here, the area that's going to break off. If you wanted to, you could probably just go all the way up, down the back of this boss, and up here and do this in one piece. But I decided to do this in 2 steps. So now I'm going to pop it off. All right, I'm clamping on the boss itself. Real tight clamp here. And then pop, there she is. That's all you need. Okay, these are the pieces that we removed right here. They look just like this when they're in there together, okay? About a 1/4 inch, 3 Oop, let's get a shot there. 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch is all you need. And then the box looks like this. And now we're cleared out so we can run our STM secondary. The next step I would do is I would take brake cleaner and spray everything off real good. Wipe everything down. And then install the driven per the instructions.